Hello and welcome to Silkeborg, Denmark. It's been a bit wet so far here in Midwestern Jutland, the area many regarded as the most beautiful in Denmark. The city lights are bouncing off the cobblestone in this charming city centre, really setting the scene for what is now the epicenter of the curling world this week. The LGT World Women's Curling Championship 2019 is being hosted by this quaint place. We will make our way back to the home of the houses, the Silkeborg Sports Centre, for the 8th session of the championship. Tonight, live from Denmark, USA play Russia in the round robin. My name is Sander Vog, and I'm joined by the Olympic champion, Rona Howie. Good evening to you.
Good evening, Sander.
We see the teams just being presented inside the arena for the crowds. As we also had Latvia just being honored with their national anthem and some gifts from their local organizing committee. We will meet the teams for our future matchup. At lead for USA, Monica Walker. At second, Taylor Anderson. Third and vice for USA, Sarah Anderson. And Team USA is skipped again by Jamie Sinclair. For Russia, at lead, Ekaterina Kuzmina. At second, Galina Arsenkina. At third rocks, Anastasia Brizgalova. And Team Russia is skipped by Alina Kovalyova. And that's the standing so far. China, the only team at the top, undefeated with 4-0, followed by Sweden at 4-1. And we have Korea, Russia, Japan, all at 3 wins. Canada, Germany, Scotland, Switzerland, and USA at 2 wins. While Denmark, Finland, and Latvia so far not to pick up a win this week here in Silkeborg. Still a lot of games left to be played, and here's some of them. Latvia will take on Scotland this evening. Denmark will play China, and it's Canada to take on Finland. So we'll keep you up to date on what happens there as well, although our main focus will be on that of USA, Russia, as they are now just about to get started here. They've had their pre-game practice, and they'll have their final preparations as they head onto the ice. And I'll ask you, Rona, what can we expect from this one?
Yeah, this is a big game for both teams. Russia on 3 wins, USA just on 2. But it's still early in the round robin stages, so every win's so important.
Well, both teams coming off a win in the morning draw, 9 o'clock this morning. We've had the afternoon off and now back on. So both should be feeling, for one, rested, but also positive, coming off a win.
Nailed it. I'm gonna go home now. All you have to do tonight. All right. Okay, so objective blank. If we get an opportunity, we get our deuce. Cool.
Jamie Sinclair is
let's just make all the
already setting up the plan for the first end of this one. As Kovalyova is ready at the head with the broom, and you see the last stone draw for the teams in that pre-game practice to play 2 stones each. Whoever's closest will get the last stone advantage. 67 centimeters on the 2 draws for USA has won them that advantage. Russia will throw the first rock of this game. And already here we'll see a little bit of the tactical approach by Russia. Do they come into the rings here? It should be a bit more of a defensive approach, or do they throw the center guard, try and get things going early?
A lot of the games we've seen this week so far, Xander, the first ends have been blanked. Just teams as though they're still trying to settle in. They're not going for it in the first end.
Katarina Kuzmina will throw the first rock here. You'd think the 5 rock free guard zone rule coming into play, coming into the house, would be less likely for teams to do.
Yep, and Russia happy to put up a guard here. which is good to see. As we've seen a lot of the teams just putting the first stone in,
Back line.
and then it's a hitting end and it's blanked.
Yeah, and even if you come into the rings, the team with hammer could hit and check to the wing, take the play away from the center, and then throw a corner guard on their next one, still in that free guard zone, which is different from last season. I've seen a lot of teams employ that tactic. It's an easy way to get something started, but you're right. We've seen many teams be a bit defensive in the first end. Here we have Monica Walker. She'll be looking for the tick shot, so not allowed to remove the zone from play, but is allowed to move it. As long as it stays in play, there's no violation. And pushes that one onto the rings, but away from the center. Was hoping to maybe roll a bit farther to the side as well.
And the teams get a pre-game practice, so they're quite comfortable and happy with the weight of the ice.
Sometimes the focus on that pre-game practice becomes so much about just winning the hammer. They only play to the button over and over again, and that's coming home. In the first end, they always play away. So maybe...
Yeah, and I think because of that pre-game shot that they're all having to draw, that's so important now at the end of the week, because there's no tiebreakers. So that all counts for these teams, and as you say, that's really what the focus is on a lot of the time.
Pre-game practice, I would think, was always meant for teams to be able to feel out the ice and break down the pebble and be ready to get things going in the first end. But of course, like you said, with that last one draw becoming so important, it's been a bit more of the focus in recent years, as we see Monica Walker coming very nicely around that red guard. Stays in front of the T-line into the yellow forfeit.
Working this one hard to get it right round. And bury it. This comes up short. But USA, they have last stone. They don't want that centre blocked. So they could remove the centre guard and roll over and give themselves another corner.
Our first look at Taylor Anderson. So on the second stones. Just ends up stuffing it. Here's the second for Russia. Galina Arsenkina to make a play on the Red Rocks here, peels them both out and roll the shooter away, opening things up. As we take a look at the rules of play, we'll be playing 6 ends minimum, but the game is scheduled for 10. We're more than happy to see at least 10 ends of play. Both teams will have 38 minutes of thinking time for the game and 160-second timeout. We can call that at any point during the game. We mentioned that 5-rock rule as well for the World Championship. For the first time. Of course, a bunch of other rules to make up this great game. And it's always looking to improve, isn't it, Rona?
It is. It's developing all the time. Whether it's rule changes, whether it's sweeping equipment, whether it's disciplines, it's always developing. And you know, the sport of curling is growing rapidly, and specifically in Pacific Asian countries. But we're up at over 60 member associations now.
Speaking of different disciplines, of course, the mixed doubles making its first appearance in Pyeongchang last year. Third for Russia. Anastasia Brizgalova was there playing in the mixed doubles competition.
And also the third player for USA, who she's playing against, she's a very strong mixed doubles player as well. So I think it's good to play both. I think the skill set used in mixed doubles certainly helps when you're playing a four-man game.
Yep, Sarah Anderson here. Will usually play alongside Corey Dropkin in mixed doubles.
Sorry, my bad. No, it's okay. Sorry, Sarah.
Looking for the double here, but leaves one yellow.
Just good weight. Wasn't your fault, man. Sorry.
Of course, the mixed doubles World Championship will be coming up not too long either, but first we'll make our trip to Lethbridge for the World Men's Curling Championship. But after that, we move on to Stavanger, Norway, for both the mixed doubles and the senior World Championship. So we're very much in World Championship season in these couple of months.
Years ago, that used to be the end of the season, but there's so many more events still going on now in the calendar. It goes into May this year, so the season's getting longer and longer.
Yeah, the Curling World Cup will be, at least for many, a last trip. Just at the start of May in Beijing.
Nice hack. Little solid. Hold, jab. Jab.
Russia just rolling out.
Solid.
You see Sarah Anderson chase this yellow. That's half around their own red. This is getting awfully close. And it's so close, it actually rubs the red. And just spins by the Yellowstone and the button.
That's fresh. Good weight. Thought it was there. Yeah, same with your first one. Oh my god. Just close to that center line. Control?
Да. Ой, что-то там как будто Ой, ничего себе, смотрите. Там какая-то
Протри посильнее.
Да. Он решил не ехать у меня в руке. Жесть.
Alina Kovalyova.
Да, свип! Воу, воу, воу! Ничего! Свип, 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 свип!
To hit this red and roll across. Maybe even hoping to roll a bit farther. Have to leave a double back for Jamie Sinclair. But does a good job still. Sits 2. Born in Alaska, but resides in Canada, and I believe spent most of her time there. It's always a good place if you want to learn how to curl.
Yeah, definitely the place to learn if you want to play the game.
Jamie Sinclair with being born in Anchorage, eligible to play for USA. And she looks for the double here, but just a bit too thin. Ends up jamming it.
Давай. Не стремовато, да,
Good
идет?
try. Close.
Да, я думаю, с 8.
Good try. It's close.
Идем в самое начало. Начало. 10. Легко. Пока полегче можно. Кать, линии многовато.
Looking to bring this
Надо вес, похож на гад.
last yellow into the rings. Just in front of the shot stone, really. Would love to just nibble the rings here and sit two. They won't. Actually, they might show enough of the shot stone for USA to consider peeling it out for the black. That's why it was important to bring that just somewhere into the house.
Yeah, you wanted to force Jamie Sinclair to play another double.
It's a kind of shot where, as a sweeper, you might be called off to wait for the line, but you just have to go knowing it's much better to be offline in the
More on
rings.
this side. Hi, so.
Of course, if that curls another half rock and it's a perfect guard, it's good, but in the rings you're always forcing. It's a bit of a let-off for Jamie Sinclair. Not an easy shot, though. We'll have to navigate past that rock, just played by Russia. Sometimes a bit of fresh pebble along the center line in the first end. Trying to hold it past the guard and then roll out. Actually over curls and catches too much of it to stick around for the single point. So the black is not made by Jamie Sinclair. They get the single point, which is a small victory for Russia, really. And that's the score after one end, 1-0.
Good. We had our juice on. We were all over them.
Я думаю, если она гад, все равно с газом сыграем. Давай. Если что, вскроем и заберем даже один. Так можно понападать на них чуть-чуть.
Top 8.
Top 4, guys.
3, 4. Full 8.
Ours will go. Top 4. Top 4. Gotta go, gotta go, gotta go.
1-0 the score. USA plays Russia in this round-robin game. 13 teams in this competition, in this championship. Everyone plays each other And then we have 6 spots in the playoffs, I believe, Rona.
Yep, 6 out of the 13 will qualify. Top 2. So ranked 1 and 2 after the round robin will go straight to semi-finals. The other 4 will play quarter-finals in a way to get to the semi-finals.
See the approach a bit differently here now. USA up by the 1. They come into the rings, but Russia want to try and score a couple of points, so they put up that corner guard. And of course that sits in the free guard zone as well. And now Monica Walker looking to guard their shot stone.
Gotta finish. Come close to center. Hard finish. Gotta finish. Yeah. Easy. 3.
One of the
Take a look. Take a look.
One of the few classic openings to a curling end.
A little bit. A little bit. Yep.
But of course, anything after the first 4 or 5 rocks is very hard to
Good job. I knew it was there. I just wanted
tell.
to throw. Yeah, I just didn't want it to be in.
Yep, you always see the textbook
Pretty big
start
gap.
to an end.
30. Got a 5, 6 long. Послабее головки. Внимание. Флоу легче. Да. Линия очень.
Trying to pass this top one. Oh, well swept.
Давай.
actually stays a little bit tucked in behind the center guard even with that one. As we jump on over to Canada, Finland. And what's the situation here?
So Canada line 1 with an open draw for 2 at this first end. Dream start for Chelsea Carey. They lost their game this afternoon to Japan, so they'll be wanting to come out with a win tonight. So just needs to fight the rings anywhere. Sweepers standing back. Sweepers are saying it's through. Wow. Missed opportunity there. So it's only a 1. First end, Canada over Finland.
Well, meanwhile, Taylor Anderson just pushing that Russian stone to the back of the rings. And the shooter stays open in front. As Asenkina looking for the little hit and roll, will stay right there. And here we have the team coach for Russia, Igor Minin. An important role for a curling team, the coach.
Yeah, definitely.
In which way?
It's interesting because some of the more experienced teams just really have a coach as a team manager, whereas other teams actively use their coach. But some teams have an on-ice training coach that they use on a day-to-day basis and have a different coach for competition. Or some will have the same coach for both jobs, as they are just as a team manager.
Brian Cochran
I can hear you though.
is the coach for our Team USA.
He's not here all week. He's got an important job to play in national seniors.
Yeah, picked up the silver medal in 2017. I was in Lethbridge. And the mixed doubles and seniors were hosted there just a couple of years back, and now the men's are coming that way.
And Russia just trying to draw a second counter behind the corner. Does stop, but both the stones are back tee. So a great opportunity now for USA. They've got the staggered red guards to come around, put the pressure onto Russia.
I like this, I guess. I think
Cooper's happy. It's top 4 weight.
Pretty late. Hard, man. Gotta go, man. Yep. Hard.
But it's really digging in. Just rub the top one. It didn't have the weight.
Close. Блин, у меня что-то...
Вот это не страшно. Пушка спереди. По центру.
However, that red's very usable.
Well, let's see what kind of action we get. The first end, Latvia taking on Scotland. Looks to be pretty clear cut, I think.
Scotland lying 1. Lauren Gray with an open draw for 2. Bit like Canada, just has to bite the paint. Let's see if this one's going to stop.
Well, Canada came up heavy. This one maybe looking a bit heavy as well from Lauren Gray. Santa Bloomberga trying to sweep it out. Will it hang on in time for the second point?
Good, Lauren.
It does, just about.
Great start for Scotland. 2-0 after first end.
And a huge sweep from the Russian front end on our left here, trying to drag this past the corner guard onto the rings. Can they get there? They can, and it is it just outscoring the red at the top 12? I'm not sure.
That's quite tight. That red's now very usable for USA to tap up. They can tap that right back into the forefoot. Be very difficult for Russia to remove it.
Only a couple feet more. It's all there. Back 8. Pretty solid. Back close. T-line. Lean.
Wait, I think line only.
Like almost back line. Back 8. Bumping to. Go hot. Yep. Line's perfect. Go hot. Yep.
Well, that's a very nice tap. Right down onto the forefoot.
Really nice shot, Sarah. Thanks. Good touch. Great shot, Sarah. I guess you didn't hit like all of it, so.
Как вариант, да.
Ну, давай.
Мне нравится. Если просто я так не пробью, у нас закрытый камень будет.
See Russia trying to open it up here. I think the call is
Центр, наверное.
to catch the 2 most center guards.
Снимаем 2 централь, пробуем. Что если они пробьют дабл, то у нас будет закрытый камень.
Whoa. Sweep. Da.
On the straightaway.
No, pretty good there. Gets the double, rolls away, opens up that shot stone with 3 yellows in the house. And of course takes off that red in the top 12, so for sure that rocking behind the corner coming into play.
Like 15-7 was top 12, so we could even drag a 15, I think.
So they threw 2 down the path, and that's a pretty good speed.
So USA just going to draw to the freeze the yellow at the back 12. It will then cut out all of the Russian counters. They freeze on top and they'll lie 2.
Sorry, do you want it down to that one?
Yeah, right
or-
back 8.
Okay.
Thanks. Right to it.
So Jamie Sinclair looking for the freeze.
Hard line! Hard! Come on, guys! Go, 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 go! Hard line!
Sweeping this really hard for line.
All the way! Go, 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 go! Come on, you got it! Hard! Hard! Go, 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 go!
Yep.
Just rubs off the top one.
Shoot.
Tried to work that really hard the whole way to hold the line, but just caught the top one.
Not really.
It's not an easy double.
Мы получим
А чё
тогда
тебе
ему по
нравится?
шапке.
Тебе нравится ролл пока что?
Мне кажется, да. Просто очень сложный дабл.
It's
Там
tempting, though.
вообще 1/4 надо попадать, и то мы, скорее
Well, it
всего,
is, 'cause
нажмем.
you've got last stone, and it's very tempting to try and lie 4 with your first.
Ну, они острые, да.
The problem here maybe is
Что
even
нравится?
if you make the double, there's
Он реально там?
definitely a risk.
Подойдите.
You run the second red back onto that yellow stone on the left-hand side.
And also, if you curl too much, you jam
Такой.
top red onto the red on the right, the yellow on the right.
Yeah.
So
Но даже если мы сделаем с потерей шутера,
Тогда мы заджемим.
Да, вот туда смотрит.
Либо пока сделаете ролл,
не зажемить его, если честно, может туда просто пройти ниже. Если ты делаешь сюда, потом
could go
отскок,
for the
и
hit and
потеря
roll
шутера, то он тебя туда не пойдет, скорее
off the
всего.
short stone at the moment.
Ну, не особо приятный дабл, если честно,
Да,
стоит.
да, он неприятный.
Довольно острый, согласна.
если пока вообще вот так сделать.
Так она просто второй
Мне
лучше
больше
вот
второй
этот
куда?
вариант нравится. Это
Куда
не
она
самый-
второй
Мне нравится от
лучше
этого
взять?
делать, потому что она только что здесь повезла. Если ты делаешь ролл сюда, она тебе туда еще повезет.
А если мы стей?
Потому
она
что трек,
тоже
который
стоит,
только
да?
что делала.
Мне нравится, даже если мы вот этого стея на стее, у нас тогда не особо сложно.
Да.
Она
дабл
просто ролл
сделать.
сюда сделает. У нас
Сделаем
ничего не
ролл.
сделать.
Надо
А
еще
если
делать.
Даже
Да.
если,
Мне больше нравится
даже
с тем
если мы
работать.
сделаем стей, она от него ролл, у нас здесь хотя бы дабл приятнее будет, не такой
Мне
острый.
пока нравится вот так, наверное, играть. Там единственная пушка, да, стоит такая легкая.
Ну, не особо приятная
Нет?
такая. Давай.
ролл?
Да.
It is the hit and
Если
roll.
что, стей?
Да. На две?
Да, чуть послабее даже.
Discussed a few different options there.
Ну, такой, на самом деле, сомнительный дабл, если честно.
Да.
Он довольно
Там
острый.
вопрос, куда второй пойдет.
I think they were looking for the roll. Seemed like they were maybe even discussing just nosing it to leave USA having to hit it and then roll to somewhere where they don't leave a double, which could be hard to do.
Да, очень надо, очень
See,
надо.
from the line call here, this one's curling way too much and it's not even going to remove that red. What an opportunity lost here by Russia. Lots of discussion, but no execution.
Что он так спалил?
Не знаю.
Это вообще ненормально.
Это 10:50, конечно. И мы стояли чуть от центра, но... почему бы и нет?
A big opportunity lost.
Three is okay. She's probably not gonna play the run.
And they can sweep it to curl after this. You got this.
However, a great opportunity now for USA to put a guard out and force Russia to draw for one.
Please guard it. Hit 2.5. Yeah, 3 is fine. Looks like max to me.
Important, I think.
Pardon?
Line's most important.
Yeah.
Well, there is a party in this
Thinking ahead
house
less, you guys?
Yeah.
as
Certainly
Denmark
is.
plays China.
Less.
China lying one. It's not easy to get in for a second counter. Denmark are sitting on top of the forefoot. China having to go wide.
Van Ray with the last stone here.
Doesn't look far away.
Mine's good. 2.
Can they even
Uskot sä, että me päästään
rub off their
taipumaan?
own?
Oh, great shot.
2. Be ready.
Gonna have a look here. Is it 2? Can it even be 3? I don't think so.
Great draw for two.
It's a lovely shot. Mixed doubles player as well, Van Ray. Be quite used to drawing that button. Now playing fourth for Team China. And USA, they place the guard. So there's no double on those reds anymore. They'll force Russia to draw for 1. Well, it looked like it was setting up for a big end for the Russians. Just couldn't capitalize.
Он уж такой достаточно растертый, поэтому хорошо должен ехать.
There's a path into the button. Just needs to get the line and weight spot on.
Да, Кать, возьми, очень надо. Очень надо. Мало веса! Если мало, то вместе! Линия отличная, внимательно!
Sweeper's on this. From the minute she let it go,
Очень до!
is it going to make the house?
Heads down, coast to coast, but this one's pulling up short. Is it even in the rings? It's not. And that's a steal of 2 for USA.
Sorry.
How that end
44.
change around, that was very,
Remember, that was your intern.
well, I'm baffled. It's 3-0 for USA all of a sudden.
Threw the double arm. Do you know why? Like, why didn't they just
Or jam.
Yeah, but even if it jammed, I don't know. I was surprised.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess because if they made the open hit, then Jamie would be forced to make a really good draw.
Good draw, yeah. And they'd
Or else
probably get
they'd
the
have a hit
two.
for, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, just curious.
All right. Yeah. Good end, guys.
I haven't done this draw yet. Might be a little slower than this one.
Yeah, there hasn't been many.
Oh no,
rocks.
did I throw?
The first end, maybe.
No, you threw the out turn. Get out. Roll down. 5, 4, 4, 4. Got a lot of room. Top 4. 4. You can leave it at 3.
Lisa curl.
Nice and tight.
Three nothing the score. USA with a big
was out wide?
steal of
Yeah,
2
a little
in
bit.
that second
It was
end.
a big feed.
So slow.
I didn't really feel like I fed it at all.
Yeah, it was a good end by Russia. Just
Чуть-чуть легко.
Линия отличная,
skip,
внимание.
25, 5!
missed 2 shots, and
Галя.
Sorry.
that's 2 points
Галь.
handed to the Americans.
Линия отличная, 25. Да, это повалить, еще повалить. Хорош, молодцы.
Молодец, хорош.
Top 4, guys. Keep it moving.
Finish a little if you
Go,
can.
Tay, go, Tay, go, Tay. Go, 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 go. Hard. Hard, hard, hard. Hard.
Nice draw round there from Monica Walker.
Good throw, Mon. What'd you have?
4. Очень много, очень много.
Начало!
Nice draw around the corner.
Там видно?
Finland in some trouble against Canada here.
Yeah, line 2 against. Unakowski having to go for across the house slash here. Try and push a yellow across into the pocket of reds. Oh, so close. But it's a steal of 1 to Canada.
Fantastic effort. Actually just had to catch that a hair thinner to spring across. 2-0 for Canada after 2 ends. And a mistake by USA here from Taylor Anderson. Galina Hersenkina asked to try and lock this yellow onto the red behind cover.
She used to be a skater. Due to an injury, she took up curling.
Should be quite familiar with ice then.
Yes, indeed. Lovely freeze there.
Супер.
Спасибо. Если честно, казалось, что и ногами сильно еще добавила, и мне казалось, что прям много будет.
Ну такой он прям хорошо шел, активно.
Yeah, I like playing this one again. Yep. You got this, Taylor. This time, Aries guard.
Jamie Sinclair just asking Taylor to play a hack weight. Try and tap this yellow back out the house.
Still hot. Oh. 11-7. 11-5. Whoa.
Well, this is much better effort here. Able to fish out that rock. Rolls half buried.
Good job.
USA set 2.
Really nice stone.
Сколько видишь?
Вот так!
Можно еще вот так сыграть.
Ну, как получится, либо от гарда, либо от гарда.
Just asking
Если что, от
Lena what
гарда.
she can see of that stone. Can she see enough to tap it back?
А нам хватит там оттолкать прилично!
Ну, нам главное его в конец оттолкать, нам этого хватит. Больше. Да, свип, свип. Свип, да! Да!
Just caught it, over curled. Removes the guard.
I don't hate that.
So straight away, Jamie Sinclair said, we'll just get this corner guard off. They're 3 up. So Sarah Anderson, the eldest of the twins on the ice. Clears that off nicely.
Я думаю, борт.
curling here. Trying to switch up the call. Leaves a double for USA.
Easy field.
Also leaves a pocket in the back of the house.
Yep, they can use that to freeze on if they get the opportunity.
Curl in, she said. Yeah. You do it, Sarah. Oh! Oh! Oh!
High with that one, and it's left one of the yellows in play.
That was nice weight.
Russia now lie short.
Да. Четыре за по длине. А? Четыре за по длине.
She could draw the other side and just lie too level, but sees the opportunity to freeze the reds at the back. Force another error from USA.
Так, надеюсь. Покати лайн, пока много линий. Можно вес. Линий побольше. Надо вес. Вперед. Дай до конца, надо фриз. Будет фриз.
Keeper's working this hard.
Много линий.
Happy now. They want just to freeze the reds. They don't really want to bounce. Ah, lovely shot from Anastasia there. Not easy for USA to remove both of these counters.
Honestly, to like, sorry, if you turn 23. Yeah. Yeah. What were you gonna say?
So yet again, the Russian team have set up a really good head here.
Легче, много линий.
Can they finish it off? Very well judged.
Супер умница. Молодец.
So USA know that
You said normal? Yep.
they don't want to jam. So just trying to hit the top yellow there and roll over in front of the other yellow. Make it difficult for Russia to remove. Gina Sinclair, very steady delivery. Trying to hold this to get the roll over.
Oh, and jams it. Not what the doctor ordered.
Did she say up? No. I think she was gonna go hard. Oh, curls mile. Yeah.
Super's trying to hold that. Just over curled. Leaves Russia lying too.
Did she say up? No. I think she was gonna go. It's too good weight. I got a 9 on it. Yeah, I didn't think it was light. Maybe a hair soft.
Doesn't need to hit this one. You do lie too.
A very straightforward double on the back. 2 yellows for USA.
Мне нравится, наверное, вот так сыграть.
Which could be full 8 foot at the top of these 2 yellows.
Просто
Yep.
мы так можем совсем все потерять.
I think she'll maybe be thinking about her 2 stones at the last end, and maybe sometimes you've had a bad end, you just lose that confidence.
Jumping on over to Denmark. China. Madeline DuPont with last rock. Facing one.
China lying 1, but it is back 4. So Madeline will have some backing. I wonder if it could get to the inside to even tap back. There's a few reds there. Oh my goodness, that was nearly a miscommunication there, but it was a 1. So trying to lead 2-1.
And Kovalyova makes the nose hit. We'll leave that double on the back.
She definitely played the safer shot there. She could have really put pressure on USA. Now putting one at 8 foot at the top, and you wouldn't be able to see the double. You'd have to try and lift the double. She may only have lifted one and have left a draw for 3. But now it's a fairly straightforward double and would lie short. Big arm extension there from
Lots of weight.
Jamie Sinclair.
Double's made. Got spin through. So an open house for Russia to score their 2.
Skip's dream shot. Just bite the rings.
Kuzmina on the sweep. Asenkina not too convinced. It needs that much sweeping, just some controlled heavy cleaning. Brings that into the top of the 8 foot. That's good enough for a score of 2 for Russia. But USA will lead it by 1 after 3 ends.
Score this end. Yeah. They should be going center guard. Yeah. Tick. I think so. If it's a 2, I like the tick. Like tick to 2 corners. If it's really tight, don't mind the come around.
Yeah.
Just top 8 kind of thing.
Okay. Yeah, my first shot's slow and it'll curl more. It will. Нельзя вес. Будь хороший, можно чуть-чуть. Да-да-да.
Линия отличная.
Хорош. Хорош, молодец.
Back 12.
Okay. Like that.
Back in action, 4th end now, USA-Russia. 1 point lead for the Americans. They get the hammer back for the first time since the first end of the play.
Up. Pull down.
for the tech shot on the center guard. Sometimes you see a team throw a corner. Sometimes just come around the center guard. But maybe especially with that 1-point lead, USA quite happy to keep that center open. And this is a fantastic effort by Monica Walker.
Great shot.
Spins the shooter onto the rings. I think the yellow might be in as well.
Вообще поднять!
You could see that just angled back at release. Is it going to come enough? Just to move it out, but rolls out itself.
It's on the rings, but I just like that. I like that.
USA would like to go for their 2 here.
Good speed. Yep. Yeah.
Fourth end. Steady numbers from Monica Walker.
2.5. Let it work. Let it work. 2, 1. Line's good. Nope. Needs it. 2. 2.5. Gotta go, Tay. Sorry.
So a good corner guard.
Gotta be a little faster there.
As we take a look over Canada versus Finland. Finland up against it again. Facing several Canadian stones. 4 foot is open though this time. No angled raise required, just a straightforward draw. Una Kausti. So just guiding this into the 4 foot. Oh, just make it. Great draw. So Finland score 1, Canada 2-1 after 3 ends.
Could we ever hit and roll over? Yeah, I don't hate it. Yeah. Yeah, get a nice tight 3 there. Yeah, I think this is good, right?
So slight error there.
No, that's okay.
Russia had put up the center guard. And USA decided to clear it, give themselves another corner. They've just left a guard that Russia can now come around. Very steady tournament as well for Alina. She's 85% so far this week. This Russian team are on 3 wins already. Doesn't come round to the 4 foot, but it's in a good position. Taylor Anderson just going for the run back.
Just staying high here. He's going to run it right past.
свипы до конца. Давай, 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 очень надо валить.
Давайте, давайте, девочки, надо открытый камень. Еще, 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 еще немножко. Да, 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 еще, еще, еще.
Russia happy to put back up a centre guard.
You like same thing? I do.
It's really straight. So,
Well, we're on the intern.
Russia line 2. That side one is biting.
just hair off nose.
Close.
Close.
Yep.
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 Hard. Hard, hard, hard.
Hard, hard, hard.
Nice shot.
Really nice shot there. Sarah Anderson moves the guard and the one in the house.
Кстати, решил Катя так себе. Сейчас сколько было? 15 было.
So only really are corner guards now, but Russia can still make use of them.
Галя! Галя! 4 сам!
Чилайн. Чилайн сам.
Чилайн! Ой, легче. Чуть за.
Вес нельзя.
Чуть за. Конец дома. Конец дома.
Подсаживается.
Слабее, Чилайн.
Дайте ей чуть-чуть.
Конец дома.
Не пошел валить. Сколько это? Нормально. 87.
Goes a bit deep. Now gives USA the chance to come in and freeze. Try and get something going.
Плохо, Катя, плохо.
Got last stone here.
All there.
Back out. Back line. Back line. It's got room. Back line. Lot of room. Tay, maybe? No. Back line. Let him take. Good.
Чуть сюда.
That one a bit heavy as well.
What'd you get?
Gets away with it.
Контрол.
A nick on the Russian stone. So they do lie short. Russia can't ignore that.
Рольчик пошире. Да, рольчик пошире чуть-чуть.
Pretty quick, eh? I came out firing though. It's fine, your shot. Make him chase it.
Elena Kovaleva, she'll be hoping to get a bit of a roll here. Doesn't want to sit in the nose and leave a big pocket.
Well,
Супер, Олег.
don't get a tiny roll towards the left.
Видишь, прямо дошел.
Well, still, all those stones, or both those stones, in behind the tail end. No threat to USA.
Great opportunity now for Jamie Sinclair to come around. Lie shot guarded. Force an error out of Russia.
So the pass
Just on the T line. Okay.
the pass really good here. Like
Okay.
it's LSD speed.
Be through here before.
Yeah, 2 runs ago.
Just on T.
Add a little.
Close. Slow down, guys.
Jamie Sinclair struggled a wee bit this tournament so far.
Line's good.
Still plenty time left though to
Guys.
improve the numbers as the week goes on.
5, 6. Go, 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 go.
Comes up short. Does outcount the one in the top right, but Russia still lie 2.
Yeah, and a chance to tighten the screw a bit here. To draw in, lie 3. And force Jamie Sinclair to either hit or draw. Well, they're going to place this top 8 foot that way. Sinclair cannot make the nose hit for the single. If you come all the way into the 4 foot here, you make it a lot easier for your opponent. I think even if you just end up with a tight guard here, would be probably better than sliding all the way into the button.
Yeah, center guard would still make it very difficult to draw, to outcount these, because the 4 foot would be pretty well guarded on both hands.
This is really when you try and give this one to your sweepers. Don't want to be too cautious, but certainly can't come up heavy here and slide into the 4 foot. You can see Kuzmina again. Is the powerhouse. While Arsenkina, she's keeping her eyes open. Communicating with the vice. And they placed that in a pretty good spot here, exactly where they pointed. If anything, maybe does it overcurl a hair? Is there room to draw on the out turn still? Might look awfully snug.
Yeah, there's such a big curl from the hog line in. To miss that top red guard, you're virtually on the yellow one.
Yeah, you would have to draw against the backing almost on the Yellowstone back 8 foot. And that's becoming very risky.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was.
Across the center line, you could
Let's make it. You got it.
make it for a second shot for sure, maybe shot stone.
Looks as though that's the way she's coming.
Yep. A lot more room coming that way.
Yeah.
At least if you get full 8 foot, you cut them down. And sometimes we see the center line just maybe slightly peaked, and it takes a bit more time for a rock to cross that center line. So you never know if it might be hanging a bit before making that move across. And if you cross that center line too early, sometimes it runs off on you.
Yeah, there is plenty of room to come through here. Past that top yellow.
Easy, don't kill it. Room. Whoa! Room! Gonna need it. Wait if you
Needs
can.
to curl here.
Wait if you can.
Sweeper seems like they want to go.
Good. Easy, Tay. Line's good. Whoa.
So line's good.
Yeah, it's coming now. Just need T-line weight, but it's on that yellow top 12. And just enough to slide in for a second shot.
Sorry, I thought we were
Oh, a little bit of panic. But they do cut them down to just a single, a steal for Russia. And it's all tied up here after 4 ends of play. Tied at 3 points each, the 2 teams this evening.
Good draw.
Yeah, you had to throw it there.
Yeah.
Я думаю, гард, и там посмотрим уже. Хорошо будет зафорсить.
Да. Либо украсть. Да, нормальный план тоже.
Да, нам...
Дальше только вес внимательно. Надо вес. Очень встает.
5-й. Давай.
Вдвоем. Пониже надо пониже. Давай, пониже. Давай, пониже. Давай, еще чуть-чуть.
Давай, до конца.
Хорош, ладно, нормально. Ногами сильно поехала, решила не добавлять.
All tied after 4.
Опять что ли разводит?
It's now USA with last stone advantage. We play end 5 here in Silkeborg, Denmark. The LGT World Women's Curling Championship 2019. I'm Sander Levogen. I'm joined by Rona Howie. It's just what we're hoping for, a close one.
Yeah, both teams have had opportunities and not grasped them. So it's all square. And you just kind of feel who's going to take hold of the game first.
Well, Monica Walker still doing quite well with those tech shots. Moves that center guard over. Spins the shooter almost onto the rings, but even that sits as a tight corner guard.
Пока чуть больше линии. Пока побольше линии.
5-6.
Big line.
Давайте 6, надо 6.
You can hear they say. Just needing this to curl. Needing a piece of that center line ideally. Doesn't quite get there, but still usable.
What do you think?
4. Top 8.
Room 4. 4, 5.
Line good. Lots of room.
Go.
Line good. 5.
Curl.
Line good. Line good. Doesn't need to girl.
And it's wait.
Denmark plays China on sheet C. And this is China's last rock.
It is. Denmark lying 1, but it is fairly open for Wang Rei. Potential to score 3 here. Doesn't want the sweepers to sweep this. Plays it perfectly. Score of 3 for China. They take control of this game. 5-1 after 4 against the host nation. China undefeated so far this week. They are the team to beat.
Yeah, and Denmark sitting at an 0-4 record. They're just at opposite ends of the table. USA and Russia a bit closer in the middle pack. A draw around by Russia now. USA trying to tidy up, actually spins a red rock into the back of the 12 foot.
Alina very low to the ice in her delivery. Very steady.
Get a very low point of gravity. Stay balanced, but for many, you get that low right in behind the rock. You can be pretty pistol sharp with the upweights.
The thing about this though is if you're tight and you split the guard, that's awesome, right?
Okay. Okay. You got this, Tay. I think same as my draw weight. Yep. LSD.
Great sweep. Good. Good sweeping.
So swept that most of the way, came up slightly short. But it's still usable.
I'll take another trip over to sheet D. Canada is playing Finland.
And Canada, line 1. Draw for 2. Chelsea Carey just needs to be in the 8 foot.
Sorry, my kid's struggling.
That's more.
Okay, quieter.
A little hot here.
You don't want to go right now.
I think we're okay.
We're okay. Just clean it. Just
Curling
clean
around,
it.
line.
T-line, we're okay.
Sweepers are quite happy with the weight.
Gotta go.
Hard, guys.
Come on. Come on, Rachel.
Sweeping up for line now.
Good, you guys. Nice and good. I'll sweep to the bar.
Pulling, so taking the weight off.
That cross.
Made it perfectly.
As soon as it gets
No panic whatsoever. Fans enjoying that. Canada lead 4-1 after 4.
worried when it got closer to center that it was-
I think it's
Finland
just
still
because we
looking
stuck
for
my
their
first
first
one
win.
right off this one, so it caught the curl a little sooner.
Что, нормально идет, мне кажется? Нолик.
Ну я как бы нолик еще добавлю.
Толкнуть меня нельзя. Хотя нолик добавлю нельзя. 4 за без силы.
Четыре. Фриз! Оу! Фриз! Оу! Пока контакт! Контакт! Может за него! Контакт! Свип!
Да, свип, свип!
Свип! Катя! Это фриз! Да! Свип!
Looking to come around this redstone. Just chipping off of it.
Not ideal location. Now gives USA the chance.
Not sure if that was an intended call. Just came up a bit heavy there, I think. And
What are you saying?
trying to find plan B.
Okay. I see that inside out draw.
I threw one here and it was a little slower.
Okay.
Like 4 feet more than the LSD, I think. Same weight as that inside out.
Yeah, that's what
A little more. A little light.
4, 5. I'm good. 4. First little goal.
Sweepers are calling 4. So that's just really 8 foot.
Bounce it a little.
No, it's not quite on it.
That's great.
And comes up way short. So now, how can Russia capitalise on that error from Sarah Anderson?
Там она не занутрится от нашего вот этого потом. Как мы
Ошибка в
спрашивали.
гард. Занутриться?
Нет, ошибка в гард.
Ну, хочется, да. Либо просто выше оставить его.
If they put up a guard here, there is still a draw around in that outturn side, because it finishes big once it passes the guards.
Добавлен.
А,
Just looking to guard close to the rings.
26! Поход на 26!
Смотри на него, Катя, Катя! Да, свипи до конца! Да, да,
26!
да! Воу, все, оставь гардом.
Doesn't want to leave a plant on the red. No, it just stops perfectly.
You can double peel the center too.
Yeah, she's calling that hit and roll on the one that's in that left 8 foot there. I like it. Either that or running the elevators through.
Okay, so you're just, what are you doing?
She wants to hit and
USA
roll.
were 3-0 up.
Control it.
It's now back to 3-all. They really want to score at this end. Momentum shift's been pretty quick in Russia's favour, so USA want to turn that around.
11. Little down. Oh.
It's way out there.
10-5.
That was a good weight.
Go pass.
And flashes past everything.
It's all right. Sorry, I'll stop talking to you.
Wow.
I was like chatting
Sorry, it's too much ice.
It's hard for me to tell what the shot is.
No, yeah, I like this. You put it down.
So Jamie Sinclair saying it was
I wasn't saying anything.
a good weight, but she gave her too much ice.
Feel it. I think she was. I don't know what she did on that one. Real slow. I was second.
So a really good opportunity now for Russia to capitalize here.
Как вариант с потерей шутера еще сделать.
If they nick their yellow across into the forefoot, it's going to be very difficult for Russia, for USA to get in.
По весу прям T-line, да? Небольшой тэп?
Да, небольшой тэп. Ну, как можно даже 4 за где-то.
Да, окей.
Фриз! Фриз чуть тэп! Небольшой тэп!
Slow, slow.
Тилай!
Well, as this stone is on its way, we'll pop on over to Denmark, China. Madeline DuPont with last rock.
And China line 2, looking for a double here to score 2. Pretty high, is it going to catch? Oh, just passes the back one. A steal of 1 for China.
А чё ты?
So they take a 6-1 commanding lead now
У него заход только в конце был,
after
когда
5 ends.
Я не поняла, как ты хочешь. Ты хотела уже вот так
There's a
стоять?
nice little tap up by Alina Kovalyova. Daylight 2.
Я имела в виду, мы, естественно, делаем чуть внутрь, ошибка.
Yeah, ideally she wanted to angle it into the forefoot. There is a chance that, don't know how much USA will be able to see of that.
You got this. At least
They're
get rid of
having
one.
a look.
Yeah. Open it. Make it the forefoot a little bit bigger.
If they catch all they can see, will it lift the double? So just unlucky that that didn't angle into the forefoot, just pushed it out.
Well, even if the slash is made here, might have that
Yeah.
same tap again.
Normal.
You can see a fair bit of it. Enough to lift the double anyway.
Little up, 9. Pulse.
No.
Pull. Pull.
No.
So Jamie Sinclair saw Sarah Anderson's run quite straight out here.
Does get one moving, but jams it, and one yellow remains in the forefoot.
Yeah, it doesn't curl.
Так она может пробить.
Да.
На +2.
Мы можем второй
Мы
привести.
можем либо отыграться от него.
Pop to the hair at the end.
Закидывать.
Вот так
So
можно?
unforgiving. Yeah.
Или как тебе нравится? Куда закинуть?
Ну, либо вот так вот завести, либо просто тэп делать небольшой.
Yeah, so Russia have got to look at what is left
Что больше нравится?
for USA.
Вес не знаю.
Out-turn
Тэп
draw
такой же.
is probably the best way to the forefoot, but they're looking at the in-turn side here.
I think they're playing the little tap on the yellow.
Нет, делаем чуть тэп. Тэп, вот это.
It's pretty much the same shot, just played it.
Чуть побольше. Да такой же, нам его затолкать буквально 10 сантиметров. Сейчас нормальный же вес был?
T-line был по весу. До типа.
So hoping to tap this yellow. Just angle it back right onto the button. Try and sit 2.
Вес такой же, как прошлый. Тилай! Ти!
Weight sounds pretty good.
Ти чуть за!
Will it curl enough here for them? Or will it curl too much? Both the sweepers on it here to hold the line. Starting to really dig in. Needs to get past the top. Yellow, but crashes on it. And where do they leave the shooter? Oh, very close to rolling to a spot where there is a potential double for 2 for USA, but I think maybe he got away with it. Not sure if there's enough room there for Jamie Sinclair.
That was a very difficult shot. I couldn't see much of that yellow to tap. And that side was pretty blocked for the draw. I don't know whether Russia were just being a bit greedy there, tapping in for two. They've guarded the other side and made it very difficult for USA to come in.
It's still not easy.
Or that. Stick it. The thing with the hack is that you're playing it so cute
close to the
that.
6 that we could chip that in. I don't mind the 8 in. And what you're thinking, the double tap?
Go to stuff it to here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm saying you could go 5-7 straight back.
Yeah.
Not too much risk. I think that's probably the easiest.
And you're thinking like back line?
Yeah.
Let's make it.
3/4.
Yep.
It's basically Mon's tick line, which I was giving it edge of 4. It's pretty much where she went. I think I
You
like
got
that.
this.
3/4 on the top yellow. Just double tap.
So just playing a hack weight, tapping yellow onto red into the 4-foot for 1.
What weight are you throwing, James?
Back line. You're throwing your ticks pretty positive on this line.
Yeah. Yep.
Whereas
I like that.
certainly feel Russia could have closed the door here
Yeah. It's probably minimal.
and got a steal. However, this is not an easy shot for Jamie Sinclair.
I like T-line. T-line. Yep. Whoa. T-line. Yeah. Straight.
T-line might not be enough to move the rocks far enough.
Okay. Over curling. Over curling.
And it's over curling. And just not enough weight from Jamie Sinclair, nowhere close. And that's a steal of 2 for Russia. And they will go in the happier of the two sides as we're now down to the halftime break. 5 ends played, 5 ends remain. USA Russia, 5-3 lead for the Russians.
Even if we made it, I didn't like it.
First end, Jamie Sinclair looking for the blank. Just over curls and will actually stick around to score the single point. A steal of 2 on the second. USA lead at 3-0. Elena Kovalyova will draw to score a 2 right back. In the fourth, Russia line 3, Jamie Sinclair coming across the center line, but hanging on the front stone just enough to touch and roll. In for second shot. It's a steal of 1 for Team Russia.
Sorry, I thought we were off it.
And with that, after 5 ends, Russia leads at 5-3. Elsewhere, we see Scotland up 2-1 on Latvia. China with a strong hold on Denmark, 6-1. Also Canada with a 2-point lead in hammer as they play Finland coming back into the 6th end.
Want a bite? Okay. It's so good.
Lemon?
It's like a lemonade stand. You don't like lemons? No, no. I feel like you would like lemons, Pete, because you're sour like me. I'm just kidding.
That
I know you're a red, so you can handle it.
I am. That's tasty.
Right? I just Are you sure? Come on, girl.
This is a female Barbara.
Один камень.
А в этом был?
Сейчас, по-моему, он загорелся.
И лед как тормозит, да, в конце он как наедается, а потом
В
что-то
принципе,
так...
не очень кадится.
Не очень, да,
Пока что
да,
не
да.
очень.
Ну, вот как
Вот
сегодня,
какие-то треки,
как
которые
сегодня с утренней
раскатываются,
игры,
то прям
когда он тоже
летит.
не ехал, а потом во второй половине поехал. Так что тут, может быть, тоже...
Не, просто все контроль друг друга подсказывайте, потому что вот треки все, которые, все, поэтому... То есть все, что...
Well, looking at the percentages, Russia far ahead on USA. And they certainly, even on that second end where they give up the steal of 2, it was all Russia until a couple of missed shots by the skip. So it seems to be the story. Russia may be outplaying the Americans, but the Americans are hanging on. They're hanging in there so far through 5 ends. Teams are back on the ice after that halftime break.
Right, it seems like it's a little quicker. So.
And that first rock from Russia. Just all the way through the rings. Katerina Kuzmina is coming up heavy. And we do see sometimes the ice speed just a tad quicker after the halftime break. Where you have the ice technicians run up and down the sheet with a mop.
Just get it 2.5.
With
Line's
a
good.
pebble around the hack.
Keep going.
Just makes it run maybe that half-second quicker. I haven't really seen teams come up that heavy after 5 ends this week as much. Maybe an anomaly from Kuzmina.
Yeah, maybe.
She's played quite well so far.
It was interesting at the 5th end break that, you know, USA have been 3-0 up in this game and they're now 5-3 down. But yet they were the ones laughing and joking, whereas Russia were quite serious talking about the game. So just a difference in the way that the coaches and the team interact.
Comes up a bit heavy again here, the Russian lead. To the back 8, so nothing really up front for USA to worry about.
Hair tight.
Monica Walker continues to play quite well.
4-5. Gotta go line. Go line. All the way, guys. Hard, yeah. Gotta go, yep. Go. Hard all the way.
Of course, that is the commentator's curse right there. She wrecks on the guard.
Sorry, threw that.
By far, she's been the best of the 4 Americans on the ice this evening. Polina Arsenkina doing a good job as well, throwing 83%, close to her tournament average of 85. We'll keep those stats up with a nice draw and around.
I like the run.
You like the run? It's really short.
Sure. Just firm.
Firm.
Yeah.
All right.
So Taylor Anderson not having our best game today.
Oh.
Still 5 ends to turn it around.
Oh.
Going for the raise here. Not far away.
Yep. Good job.
Doesn't stay behind the guard, but does remain in the house. A good shot there. This is looking quite high. Is it going to catch it?
Ooh.
Doesn't, just nicks it. So a great chance now for USA to capitalise and generate a 2.
Speed's good.
Hot.
Oh, it's hot.
Might be to the back. Back one. Sarah, Benny. Just do it. Okay, line. Gotta go, Sarah. Gotta go, Sarah. Yep. Hard, Sarah. Go. Hard. Good call, guys. Great.
Really nice shot.
Sweet. Whoa.
Wanted to catch the inside of this.
Маленький ролл. Окей. Хорош.
So USA can just ignore that.
Yeah.
Come around. Top
That
tee.
line was pretty good. I slid really bad.
Okay.
Feels all there. Even more back line.
Oh, St. Anderson
Back eight.
really struggling out there tonight.
No. Mon, if any. Try to get nose.
It's coming down.
Okay. Straight. Yep. Go, T. Go. Hard.
Wanted it top tee, but just trying to drag
I
it
have
for
no idea,
line.
sorry.
Bury it a bit, which it has, just the corner.
Точно не уйдут. Давай средним. Ты хочешь стей попасть или как? Стей можно маленький ролл. Перевал нельзя. Sweet! Вау! Внимание! Да, свист! Вау! Не, ничего.
That was really the best you could do there. So Sarah Anderson,
I mean, this is your last.
try again to come around this guard.
Well, I'm just wondering if he's secure.
Let's have a look at Denmark-China. It's been a struggle for Denmark so far, but maybe something good on the rise for Madeline Dupont.
Yep, Denmark are lying 1, draw for 2.
Would need this one to keep up with China here, maybe have a chance.
We just want top 5. Top 8! Room! I think we're heavy, like, to the tee.
Great shot.
Still got room on
So
it.
Denmark score 2, 6-3 after 6 ends. Woke up the local crowd. Gives them something to cheer about. So a great shot there from Sarah Anderson. It's come around the guard. Top 4. Very difficult for Russia to remove that.
Наверное, треть. Колодка? Да. Чуть побольше.
Колодочки?
Ага. Так. Колодка? Да. Чуть-чуть поменьше.
Колодка!
Внимание. Лоу.
Воу-воу!
Лоу.
Поднять! Колодка плюс, возможно.
So
Ничего, ждем, ждем.
Галя,
Russia,
давай, 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 давай,
I
давай,
think
давай,
they're,
давай.
if not the only, one of very few
Хорош. Молодец,
that
хорошо.
use a different name for the hack. It's quite international to say hack in every language, but in Russia it's called kolotka.
You got this. Just like girls. Do you need
I think hack's easier to say.
Let's make it.
So, I don't know if it's quite as fast. It's not as fast as the beginning of the game. Like, it's not a 20.
I don't know, we all threw back. They're not threw back 8 though.
Yeah, but the splits, right?
What are we doing?
Just freeze.
Okay.
So a bit of a pocket form now
Favoring the one on the center line.
for USA to freeze on
Yeah,
top.
the speed's just like a few feet slower than the beginning of the game.
Okay.
Tolerances to it.
Yeah.
Struggling a bit so far, Jamie Sinclair playing 48%.
One good. Taylor. Right to it. 7.
Yep.
6. Yes. Hard. Come on, guys. Go, 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 go. Hard.
Take a look over Canada, Finland. Canada 4-2 up.
Man, that crowd a ton.
I know, I don't. Oh, yeah.
They are lying 1, however, that second counter of the yellow finish stone, if Canada can chip that out, they could score a big end here.
Hard.
Hard, Dana.
Trying to pull this across.
Hard. You got it.
Oh, tickles it. So it's still only a score of 1. They could have drawn for 2 there, but decided to go for the big end. So a 5-2 lead after 6. Chelsea Carey not happy with that. Meanwhile, the attempted freeze by Jamie Sinclair. This is slightly overcurled. Russia will be able to remove it.
Yeah, most likely end up removing one of their own in the process. Unless she just peels it out clean. But even with that, I think she'll kick on over and remove a yellow.
Oh, that wasn't what she was looking for. It's now given USA the opportunity. A nose hit for 2. She was very high with that one. There's nothing they could do with it. Sweepers standing back. And split 2 yellows out.
Просто вот так там точно не стояла. Пошире было?
So not a perfect freeze from Jamie Sinclair in her first, but enough to set up a chance now for a 2 to level the game.
Well, needs to hang around here. It does roll. How far does it roll? Not too far. It hangs around. That's a score of 2 for USA to tie this game. 5 points each after 6 ends. It's all very much in the open, this one.
Back in the game. Нормально. Back in the game.
Что, на сравненный счет? Да, я думаю, она гад. Мы за него сыграем, если что, раскрываем за одну линию.
It is all tied again here. USA play Russia. See, there's a bit of momentum swing. USA started with a 3-point lead. Then Russia scored 5 points in a row. Now USA again scores at 2. You wonder if they might steal.
Yeah, it was very important for USA to score at that 6th end. Stop that momentum run from Russia. Yep, neither team grasping this game. Very easy-peasy so far. Oh, nice come around there. Monica Walker's had a really good game today. Just wanting to come around and freeze top of this Yellowstone.
It's got a curl. It's like next to it. No.
Это в сторону?
Да.
Да.
Он параллельно стоит нашим.
Свит! Свит! Да, 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 очень! Да, 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 да.
They're on the straightaway.
Воу, попробуйте ролл. Маленький.
Окей.
Там щетка даже не лезет.
Хорош.
Простите. Я получше поехала.
Let's jump on over live to Latvia, Scotland. I believe Lauren Gray made a nice draw around the corner, but then a corner freeze by Iveta Stasis Arsune. So is this just a draw for the single then?
Yeah, Lauren isn't able to remove that red counter. Latvia have just played, so she's having to draw for one.
I'll tell you what, the Latvians have been giving teams a good fight this week.
Oh.
Has to be fully in the forefoot.
And this is going to be heavy. Nana is sliding all the way through the forefoot anyway. And that's a steal of one for Latvia. They will lead it 3-2 after 7. Bit of pressure on Lauren Gray's shoulders, just coming into the lineup, skipping the team after Sophie Jackson's injury. Talked to her before the game. She hadn't really thought much about it. Just wasn't expecting to play. She jumped in and play, but maybe situations being thought over a bit. And of course, there is a bit of expectations at home in Scotland as well.
Едет хорошо, да? Да, мне кажется, нормально поедет, как обычно.
Just a hit and roll out here by the US. Kalina Helsinkina to draw the wing. A very classic way to set up your deuce here, to split the rings. One on each side makes it hard to make a double. Put them level, lots of separation. And that's a very nice draw by Helsinkina.
Молодец. А сколько бы? Единичка.
Он просто выводит.
Normal up. Yes. Oh. Yep. 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 Hard. Yep. 10-2. What happened?
10-2?
Yeah. You called normal, huh?
Yeah, okay.
Sleeping, huh? Yeah. I think I'll sleep for the second half.
Нолик.
Just over curls and rolls out. Russia quite happy to
Единственное, на ту сторону.
keep doing the same.
Такой уверенный.
Воу! Воу! Только Катя! Самое начало! Свими отлично, до свипа до конца!
Хороший вес.
Зайти надо! Будет! Давай, 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 сделай! Дойти! Дойти! Давай, зайти надо!
Как можно ниже, девочки,
Давай, давай,
как
давай,
можно
давай,
ниже,
давай,
еще,
давай,
еще,
давай.
еще, до конца, да. Давай, давай, давай.
Окей. Спасибо.
Trying to level that. Not leave a double. Come up a wee bit shorter than they'd wanted.
Touch more. You're pretty close on weight. Normal. Easy normal. Normal.
So Sarah Anderson looking for a roll.
Anything? Clean? Close. 9-7. Hard roll. Hard. Good sweep, Tay. Great shot.
So gets a bit of a roll, but not enough to put it behind cover.
Good toss.
So Russia the chance to hit and roll back out to the wing.
It's hard to call down that far.
Yeah. Well, I just can't go on that one. I just said it.
Нет, поднять вообще.
Похож на борт.
Да это похоже на мимо вообще сначала.
Sorry. I think normal.
Yeah, I like that.
Should move the hair.
Let's make it.
Just normal. Okay. I get a bit of a roll to center.
So missed opportunity for Russia. Hitting and rolling out. They had the end set up to score their two.
But even blanking in the 7th there isn't the end of the world for Russia. Retain
No.
last stone into the even ends.
It was just a very clean, easy two that was being set up.
It's hard to keep that alive for a whole end though.
Good throw. Nice sweep, Mom.
Split the house early on. Like how many rocks on average would you say
Good shot.
team's able to keep that up?
You
3 or
see
4?
that go right through an end on occasion, but
Rolling like that?
Let's see.
yes, Russia don't want to roll behind this guard here because USA will come around and freeze it.
Yeah, they won't
Force
have
Russia to take one.
won't have any choice if that happens. I think Kovalyova will be quite happy to roll to the wing here. Just leave USA hitting as far away from that center guard as possible. This one might be over curling a bit.
Oh, cut. Game.
Just gonna nose it. So that roll's not that long now for Jamie Sinclair. Might be a chance to get the force.
What way do you throw in?
Just control.
Okay.
Little roll under if we can.
Yeah. Feels like a 10, maybe more.
No.
Close. 10.
No.
Whoa.
F. Yes. Yes. Hard. Hard.
10. Whoa, no roll.
Just gonna roll a bit too far. So leaves that fully in the open for Russia to hit
Did you get that one?
and hopefully roll out. So they blank the end and keep last on advantage.
Воу, легче, легче. О, поднять. Поднять вообще.
Standing right off this as she made contact. Ooh, just enough.
Hits and rolls out. So that's a blank end advantage. Russia now with the last stone with 3 ends to go. But it's all tied still.
Забрать, я думаю, с гардиком можно сыграть. Так, поаккуратнее чуть-чуть.
So I think we can go top 4. They're going to go corner, then we cap it. try to peel and stuff when we can. Get a blank or a force, that's great.
Awesome.
Great. Good game plan.
Top 4.
Top 8. 4.
Gotta go then.
Keep on looking. Top 8.
Top 4.
3. Top 8. That 12 on it, what do you get?
Back in action here, 8th end, tied game. USA, Russia, LGT World Women's Curling Championship 2019. We're in
26.
the quaint and charming Silkeborg, Denmark.
Хорошо валит, пошел валить.
5, 6.
It's the round robin, 13 teams, so everyone plays each other. And then 6 teams make it through to the playoffs. There'll be 2 quarterfinals and 2 semifinals. So of course, if you're able to get one of the top 2 spots in the round robin, you get the bye to the semifinal. And teams ranked 3rd through 6th will play in those 2 quarterfinals. So we see the lead comparison. Katarina Kuzmina outplaying Monica Walker. But not by much. Monica Walker's been pretty solid. She's been playing a lot of tech shots. But this one slipping into the rings, that's an unforgivable mistake here.
That's fine.
Leaves a very easy double for Russia too, if they want to take it on. And I think they do.
Russia could put up a second corner guard here and ignore that double because the double's there for later. It is a chance with the 5 rock free guard zone rule. Chance to get that second corner up.
Внимание, свип. Да, 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 очень, очень, да, 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 да.
Уходи, уходи, уходи. Уходи.
Хорош.
Молодец.
Plays a nice double.
Хорош. Сильно там валит, да? А? Сильно валит. Ну, нет, надо нормально.
10-5. Little lean, yep. 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 11. Yep. Yep, yep, yep.
Good weight.
Yep, nice nose hit. So now Russia will ignore that.
Good sweep.
Come around the corner as we see the seconds comparisons. Galina well outplaying Taylor Anderson tonight.
She's put on a bit of a spectacle.
Надо вес.
That's a funny one, Xander.
8 со свипом. 8-6. Пока побольше линии, Катя. Катя, свипа до конца.
Trying to bury this behind the corner. Doesn't bury. The weight was good. Now gives USA the chance to lie too. Russia really want to score their 2 at this end. Don't want to be forced to take 1.
Stay close. She was kind of soft.
Well, while USA chasing this yellow, I'll look on over Denmark. Still playing China. It's China up by 3. And this looks like a draw for Wang Rei. But for how many?
Just needs to draw the forfeit. The yellow and red are pretty close in there.
It might be red. Wang Rei's been pretty spot on with her draw weight all week.
Well played.
And it is.
Draw for 1.
Yep, just for the 1. But 7-3 China lead after 7. And Canada, Finland as well are playing Canada line 2.
Unakausti just playing an open hit here. And this red at the back of the forefoot for her 1. Yep, perfectly on the nose. Score of 1. Canada lead 5-3 after 7.
A bit of a pinball action here on our future game. Ends up with 2 reds in front. That yellow in behind cover.
It's in the gap though. Not there's much of a gap, but there is a gap there.
Я думаю, да. Хороший вес. Воу, чуть-чуть послабее. Да, свип, свип. Да.
Trying to hold this. They want to get this to roll in the house to lie to. Can they spring? Yes, they did. Great shot. So USA will now go for the double.
Well, let's take a look over Latvia, Scotland. It's Lauren Gray with last stone again here.
And facing 2 Latvian counters. Top 4, back 4. Guards out front. Needs to draw the forefoot. Lauren's not wanting to sweep for line.
Line's good now. Yep, can't hurt it, yep.
Need to pass this top red. They can afford to sit on the back one. Oh. Just rubs it, but rolls in for shot. So that ties that game 3-all after 8. Nice nose hit. Doesn't leave an easy double. And there we see the difference in the third players tonight. Sarah Anderson really struggling. She's being well outplayed by her counterpart. But stats are only a guide. It's a scoreboard that matters. And right now, this game is tied. So Jamie Sinclair looking for the rollover. Is it going to stop?
Very good try. Curls a fraction less, and you're right on top. Not the best game so far, Jamie Sinclair, but it's a tied game, so make some good shots here in the end. You pick up a win, and that's all that matters really. It's a score on the scoreboard.
Что вам нравится, фриз или ролл?
Бить больше нравится.
Почему?
Потому что если мы не довозим, нас форсят, а если мы выбиваем даже своим, это обнуление нас это устраивает.
Ну, такое. Не знаю.
Там ролл небольшой слишком, да?
Не знаю. Тебе что больше?
Мне больше нравится бить, чтобы если что обнулиться.
Ну, вот девочки за то же самое, что типа, если что, обнуление.
Какой вес? Борт?
А ты как хочешь? Типа
Большой
длинный
ролл.
вот такой ролл?
Да? Если что, даже... Ну да, наверное.
So the debate here is that Russia
Мне очень нравится, потому что
want
там
to set
бал
up their
очень
two.
сильный. Я вот не знаю,
Вообще,
как
я
его
там била,
контролировать.
нормально
don't want to
было.
leave a double for USA.
Хочешь
Давай на
контролем?
две, да, контрол.
На центр желтого?
Да. Настя, чуть побольше.
What would happen if Russia come up and freeze on top of that red?
Well, you could do. You'd have to be very precise.
Скорее всего.
Because you wouldn't leave a double then.
No, but if you're ever slightly off, you might.
But you have to think that you're going to make it.
Контрол!
You don't think, well, if I don't quite make it. They're sweeping to hold the line anyway. Oh dear, removed their own.
Well, let's have a look at Madeleine Dupont, last rock here in the 8th, playing China.
Facing several Chinese counters. Can nose hit and plays it perfectly. Score of 1 for Denmark. China lead 7-4 after 8. So Russia could actually have upped with that sweeping. The fact they were going to split the back one anyway, they could have upped and got a better roll with their shooter in behind cover here. Because USA can still see enough of it. We've seen this week it's key to score at that 8th end. This one's pulling. Is it passing the guard? No, it's not.
That is huge. Now a chance for Russia to draw to the open house, a score of 2. That's a pretty significant advantage with 2 ends to go.
It is. That error by Russia allowed USA to really make them blank this end. But didn't capitalise. Can Russia take advantage now?
Да, очень надо, очень надо.
Внимательно, вес. Дом есть. Очень хорошо катит. Прям летит.
Легко, легче. Дом есть.
Хорош.
There's enough weight. But Kuzmina looking pretty happy here. The lead. That rock settles in the back of the forfeit. 2 points for Russia. They will lead at 7-5 after 8 ends of play. They got 2 more to come.
They should be going straight corner. Yeah, out turn side.
Okay.
If they come around and you can see a bit of it, I like just tapping it back and staying there. If you can't see any of it, I don't mind just going around our corner guard and then playing a run.
Линия отличная. Хорошие, 4 фута. Да, легко. Линия отличная, только вес. Линия супер. Пошел валить, пошел валить.
Russia leads at 7-5. 2 ends to go. They bring that first one into the rings. That's the Americans chasing. Well, this game's been up and down all the way throughout.
2, 3. Lots of rotation.
Well, a lot of momentum swings.
3. No. All there. You're up. 3. 3. Lots of rotation. Sonia.
Monica Walker looking for the corner guard.
Good job. Good job.
Sorry. I'm throwing them so bad.
Посильнее добавила. Посильнее? Посильнее добавила. Линия отличная. Надо вес. Линии побольше. В дом обязательно. В дом обязательно. Линии больше. Дом есть. Со свипом.
Не меняться, надо.
Дом есть. Сам.
Настя,
Дом
Настя, можешь повалить, пожалуйста?
Хорош. Я думала, что им ты имеешь в виду, что в дом надо, а не то, что я повалила. Скажи, повалить, а не так.
It's a hair tight. Sarah.
Only line.
Gotta go, Sarah.
6, 7.
Line's good.
8, 9.
Yep, line, yep.
Oh, no, you're good. Go.
Looking to come around that corner guard now, Monica Walker. And that is one excellent draw.
Nice shot.
great shot.
And sometimes you see the double corner guards, or one on each side. USA electing to come straight around. And why not when you can fully bury it?
Катя, первая. Да, линию надо. Начало есть, уже есть. О, легче, легче, тогда легче.
Начало сам. Даже уже 8 футов. Сам. 8 футов. Чуть отскочим, нет?
Russia unable to peel the corner guard at this stage. So bring another counter into the rings.
Молодец.
Gets a couple of yellows moving here. I would have loved to push that a couple more inches. You see Canada line 2 looking for the wide draw.
Yeah, very difficult. She has to be fully in the 4 foot, navigating past the top guard and the ones in the house. So Chelsea Carey, difficult task ahead.
Good news is I'll be scoring 2 either way.
We're light. We're not there. Okay.
I think they might be giving up on this one.
Yeah, it's wider line, but a bit slower. Probably just being a bit cautious. As you said, she had her 2 in the bag. So they now lead 7-3 after 8. Good position to be in.
Yeah, like, I thought she was a titch light, and it just really came off, too. You could just see we weren't helping.
Перестраховались, он прям вышел в этот момент. Казалось, что мягенько.
So there's plenty cover here for USA to come around. It's just where to put it.
No? Okay, it might be a bit stiffer out here, Tay.
If they come right around, that yellow is pretty useful for Russia to run back.
Little light. Yep.
4-5. Barzil go. Barzil go. Hard line. Hard line. Hard line, yeah. Gotta go, man.
Sweeper's working this the whole way to get it past that top one.
Hard, go, 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 go.
Just rubs it. Very well swept.
Okay, close. Good sleep. Yeah.
Hard line, yeah. Gotta go,
Encouraging the sweepers the whole way down the ice.
Yep. Hard, go, 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 hard.
So chance now for Russia to come off the inside of this behind the staggered guards. Silent, slow, no sweep.
Whoa. Speed. Whoa. Нет. Давай. Окей, хорош.
I like opening up the center a lot.
Now, even if USA get the roll, it's all very close.
Does this nose double catch the other one? On this? Yeah, does that catch the back one? It's close. It might go into ours.
I think we need it.
Control.
USA also have to make sure they score here. It's not going to be a blank end now, we don't think. So opening up the front wouldn't be a bad suggestion.
10, 11 down. Yeah,
Well, looking around, you see it's a tie game, Latvia-Scotland. China is up 7-4 on Denmark, and Canada up 7-3 on Finland.
Мне нравится, что если даже просто большой перевал, потому что так станет дабл и ролл.
Да. Там у меня прямо очень шло. Да. Сразу только не хватайся, нам большой ролл тоже окей. Близко с гардом стоим.
So a controlled weight here for Russia.
Almost over curling, just enough to catch the red.
Yeah, they didn't want to nick their yellow out at all there and leave USA lying shot.
I think this is really tough. I like it. I don't mind that.
Okay, they're saying like a 90.
Let's jump on over to Latvia, Scotland. It was Scotland to just place a guard on their last one.
Yeah, the Latvia are lying 1, but Scotland are quite happy to give up a 1 here at this 9th end. They just guarded because Scotland are lying top of the 4-foot. So it's not an easy shot here for Latvia to get into the 4-foot.
This is trying to come off the wide rock here for Iveta Stasas Arsuna.
She's trying to roll right across. That's not far.
Here. Rolls in.
Oh, just not enough.
Wow.
Great attempt. So a score of 1 for Latvia. They lead 4-3 after 9. Scotland take the hammer into 10. So USA have come around the staggered yellows.
Какое вращение? Аут. С аутом перевал? Да. С аутом. Это с аутом? Ага.
Какой вес?
На 0? Не, сильным. Сильным? Да.
Russia are going to have to raise their own yellow here. Needs to catch just off centre, virtually where her brush is. To remove the red.
Desperate line call here. And that shot's made. Very nicely played by Alina Kovalyova.
Big smiles.
Almost, I thought they lost that one.
Yeah, they were quite happy at release, and then all of a sudden it was a panic sweep.
I believe Russia sitting 2. Long double here, perhaps, for Jamie Sinclair. Hit that yellow behind the brush. Roll across.
Sounds good. Yeah.
Don't have to kill the second yellow in the back. Just nudge it an inch or 2. And USA, they will sit 2.
Yeah, as you say, just need to nudge it. Not much to lie to. Played big weight.
They get the roll. Do they get the nudge as well? Yes, they do. Wow.
Great shot.
Fantastic effort. And they sit corner frozen. And I think that was just enough to sit 2 for Jamie Sinclair.
Fans enjoying that one. Great shot.
Just waited all the way down. I thought that was on the nose, just didn't hear anything, but that curled enough and sprung across. Absolute perfection. That's the kind of shot USA needs. Trailing by 2 here in the 9th. Well, China looked pretty strong in this game against Denmark, and they have all week. Another win for them. They stay perfect. 8-4, the final score in favor of the Chinese. Wang Rui has been looking on fire. It'll be interesting to see how they play for the rest of the week. Can they keep that up? Can they go all the way, win gold, just like Wang Bingyu back in 09? As we see Russia now with the call, but they're not sure.
No, changed their mind after talking to our front end. Could tap their own yellow. Just a tap weight. They were looking at playing a hit weight.
Просто если она даже стей делает, то она только 2 забирает.
Смотря какой тэп.
Нам устроит как не давал, так и стей. Нас не устроит, только перевал. Мне надо больше нравится тэп, чтобы
Не вот
делать
этого.
просто. Нет. Почему тебе этого нравится больше?
Да, у тебя тут больше вариантов.
They are 2 up, so it's not a disaster
Ну и вот
for
сюда, и прямой, и
Russia
сюда.
to lose a 2, but they don't want to lose a 3.
Просто я не знаю, как его
Both teams have
сделать.
got 5 minutes left on the clock, so plenty time
Или прямой.
to play the last
Либо
end.
прямой, либо чуть-чуть туда.
В принципе, косы тоже нормально, если мы сделаем.
Давай чуть-чуть побольше.
So is she going for the angle tap or the straight tap?
Да.
Well, both are
Просто если мы не
fine
попадаем, мы всё равно
options.
3 отдаем. А так хоть ей придется что-то делать
Just
сложное.
on the nose or high
Yes.
are good options here. You don't want to over curl and just tap it in the open. Kim's catch quarter of a rock here probably and
You're
run it
only-
down onto the reds.
You don't really T-weight with sweeping.
Yep.
No more than that.
Yeah, very easy to overthrow these. You're thinking, oh, I need to make the bump, and you just add a little extra weight. But if they are heavy, they can sweep for the angle, catch it thinner. And this does look a bit heavy. Does it curl enough? They need a good chunk of the yellow here to tap it far enough. They don't really, but they spin the shooter in. That's a good second prize, because they are now lying 1st and 3rd. So I don't see a chance for USA to get more than 2.
No, that was actually a very good result because it was on the high side.
You've thrown a couple here. Yeah, I think that should be good, eh? Yeah.
And I
you got
think it was a better call. It was a good idea to come back down to the head and make the right call.
Yeah, the run's a bit all or nothing with that raise. They had plenty of options, that being one of them.
Right on nose is good.
A must make here for Jamie Sinclair. Made a beautiful head and roll on her first. Just needing a nose hit. Can even afford to roll a bit to the inside. But these simple shots become a lot harder at a World Championship.
Clean! 10-5! Clean, yep! Yep!
They're definitely on the nose here, just trying to keep it straight. And there you go, 2 points for Team USA. That will tie the game up once again after 9 ends of play now, so it will be tied as we enter the 10th end in a few moments.
It's probably a bit hot.
I'm really glad she didn't make that split. That was a great end, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shot on your first one.
Чё?
Закидываем?
Да, я думаю, закидываем. Хорошо закинем, потом просто все прочистим. Потому что если разводство не получится, и потом очень сложно в дабл попасть.
Yeah, I like that idea.
Нормально, нам еще забрать один своим концом машины.
line's fine. All the way to the center line, yep.
It all comes down to this. Tied game, 10th end. We've seen it so many times before. We don't mind seeing it again. Russia with last stone. So USA putting up that center guard. They might need another one. They'll do everything they can to steal. It's all or nothing here. Doesn't matter if you give up 8 points or 1. It'll be a loss for the US, so they will go hard. For Russia, they'll be quite happy to keep things open, keep that center line clean. Make sure they have a chance to score. Some teams might have played the tick shot, Rona. We see Russia, they come straight around top 4.
Yeah, we've seen the tick shot being played quite a lot this week so far. They're feeling they come round, that's their strength. They'll control the top of the forefoot.
I still like this path.
And also now it's important for USA not to leave a double peel set up.
Yeah.
Stay positive. Stay down, Dave. All there. 7, 8. No. 7. No, then.
So USA just wanting to freeze on top of this Russian counter.
Really curling. Go, go, go.
Here it comes, you see how much that's moved from the hog line in. Big swing. Great shot there from Monica Walker.
Great sweep, guys. Come on, Des, it's fine.
Canada is playing Finland. It is Una Kausta with her last rock. Looks like a hit for 2 for the Finns.
It is. Open hit. She always looks so worried after she's played her stone. Really focusing on the line. And plays it perfectly. Score of 2. Close the gap. Now 7-5 after 9. Canada 2 up with the hammer coming home. Meanwhile here, USA, advantage to them. Russia just ticked the guard, so they could have upped and removed the guard to the side. They kept sweeping to try and pass, but just nicked it. So it was one of those either or, do you sweep, do you not? Trying to hold it.
Just a 2. Hey, line's pretty good. Look. 1, 2. Where do you want it? Where do you want it? 2. Just right 1. Here. 1. Okay. Leave it high then. Leave it. Just leave it high.
So USA want to have some separation with these guards. They don't want to leave a double peel.
Good job.
Now
That's good.
Russia can move out and clear the front.
Полкамня отлично.
Good judge. That's good.
Да, sweep, sweep, sweep. Sweep. Да.
They're on this quickly.
Whoa.
Ah, great double peel. What a shot.
Yeah, just fantastic. That's the kind of play you need from your second. Clean house. And of course, Russia with shot stone. USA, they're going to have to make a play at some point, but for now, they'll throw a center guard.
Yeah, the USA stone that's frozen is really useful because it's not easy for Russia to remove that.
Just split center.
It's all about delaying the move now, isn't it? You can't come in and make that hit too early.
Yep. Split center. Go. Yeah, a little finish. Yep.
Good. Great guard.
Good.
Yep, so USA will just keep guarding and Russia will just keep peeling. The stones in the house are in such a good position that when USA make a play in them, it would be difficult to lift a double.
This is good, again.
Молодец.
30 on yours. I was adding.
Yeah.
So Sarah Anderson
Bit of room.
wants to copy her sister.
Line only.
A long guard.
Got a bit of room. Good sweep, guys.
Nice throw.
Does that well.
Great. Good sweep. Легко. Да, свип, свип. Легко, легко. Хорош. Молодец.
Clears it nicely.
Time out. Cut.
Well, time
Think
for a
about
team
when to
meeting
tap it.
here.
Yeah.
A timeout. We'll have
What are your thoughts?
We can
the
guard.
coach
They're
come
gonna
out,
peel,
have a
we
talk,
can freeze.
60 seconds.
They're gonna
They will
smoke
have
it.
to
We hope
discuss.
one sticks and then we guard that for our lives.
Yeah.
My last.
So it looks to me what's happening here. They're going to peel, and we're just going to tap it out in the last one.
Yeah.
And I don't see her doing anything different on her first one. I really don't.
I agree.
Because at that point, so we tap, she's got to draw to the forefoot. And we might as well tap it right out, because
Right.
if you just tap it to the back, that would give her something to freeze to.
I agree.
So you just have to decide what turn you're gonna tap it with.
Do you like just the straight nose freeze?
On Sarah's,
Like, she's probably just gonna smoke it.
she's gonna smoke it.
If we hope the middle one sticks,
Yeah.
And then we guard
and then
that.
we guard that.
I would tend not to do that, because that'll give her an option to get out of it. I would put the pressure on her with her last one.
Guard, and then tap out.
Yeah,
Tap on my last.
nose tap.
Ugh, okay.
Oh, you love it. Come on.
Out turn or in turn? Out turn?
Out turn to straighter.
Okay.
Same thing.
All right, Sarah. It's a good speed.
Do you want to play the same path that we played last time?
Well, she wants to throw her turn. She wants to throw her tap on this turn.
Oh, got it. Okay. Thanks. Should be a little quicker here, but same.
Okay.
Same thing.
Three.
A little more.
Three.
The hair tight.
2.5.
It's really coming down. It's really coming down.
Come on, if any.
2.
Need help?
Yep.
Okay, let it die, let it die. Let it die. That works. Good shot. Good sweep, guys.
Did that feel like more?
Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
Свип! Победа, не пил! Воу, легче, легче, легче. Хорош. Молодец. Спасибо.
Ой, ё-моё. Хорош. Если скольжу-то.
So this is what they discussed at the timeout.
Just that same guard, huh?
Ryan Cochran,
2. 3's fine.
what they're going to do with
Hair stiff.
Jamie's first stone and then her second. She's got a very clear plan of how she's going to play out this end.
It's the first one they missed this game.
It's all right.
Again. 3.
Line's a little tight.
3. Little tight.
Hey, line's fine. Line's fine. 3. It's pretty tight. Whoa.
It's really
You may
tight.
have to finish it a little at the end.
The guard is back in place again.
Good job. Ну, так, примерно.
And just right next door, Latvia playing Scotland. We're live, and it's a draw for Scotland.
Yep, there was a double takeout there for Latvia on our last stone. She missed, rolled over the top, allowed Lauren Gray now the chance to draw for 2 and take the win. Just needs to bite the house anywhere.
Not curling. Just clean it.
Sweepers are happy, they're standing clear. It needs to stop.
Good, Lauren.
Will it?
Really
And
nice.
it does. A great score of 2 for Scotland to win the game 5-4. Lauren Gray's second win today is Skip, coming in alternate player, replacing Sophie Jackson, who's been injured. She's certainly done a fantastic job stepping in today and yesterday. Meanwhile,
Yep, Jamie Sinclair down to the last stone of the game.
Board up. Close.
Oh,
Board up. Close. Yep. Board. Yes. Hard. Hard. Go, 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 go. Hard.
good.
Well, leaves the angle, leaves a chance to play a double here if Russia would like to do that rather than the draw.
I think the draw is tempting because you only have to bite the 4-foot. You can come in either hand, but that double is also very tempting. She does like to play the hitting game.
Well, she's 89% on her takeouts today, 69 for draws.
Well, then I would go with your hit. USA have done all they can this last end. Nose hit double to win the game.
Here we go.
Whoa, поднять.
An early woe.
Never a
thrower.
good sign.
Вообще нет, вообще нет, не дышать.
Needs to curl. Will it curl enough to get the double? Yes, it will. There we go. Russia wins it. And an intense game. It is all determined on the very last rock. Russia picks up another win. 8-7. They win it over USA. Well, they were down 3-0 after 2 and came back strong. It was all very even in the second half. They were able to position themselves with the last one advantage and took good use of it.
Шестерка, типа. У тебя пил был 2,8, а этот 6 был. Да, он аккуратный, но он сначала чуть-чуть отошел. Фух, да. Да, приятная игра. Душная такая. Вечером тяжеловато. Блин, а можете взять вот это? А, ну ладно, мы сейчас сюда пойдем, я заберу.
You see Canada picking up a win on Finland as well. Finland picked up a consolation point in the 10th end, but 7-6 win for the Canadians.
Hi everyone at home. Hi Finny.
Bouncing back from their loss to Japan earlier today. And that wraps up the session this Monday evening here in Denmark. Just 5-10 the time is. That was our feature game, USA-Russia. Back on the ice after the halftime break. Jamie Sinclair with a chance to tie it up in the sixth. Will hit and stick around for the score of 2. A blank 7th end takes us to end number 8. An open draw for Alina Kovalyova. That draw enters the forfeit. Russia up by 2. And in the 9th end, Jamie Sinclair and Team USA handed a chance right back to score the deuce and tie the game before the 10th end. No problems. And Jamie Sinclair made a very short run back on her last. Leaves a double for Russia. Kovalyova a little bit worried about the line, but that curls enough to make the double. Sticks around for the single point and the win for Russia. Final score 8-7 win. And those are the other games that were played this evening. As we saw, Scotland picked up a win on Latvia 5-4. China still in cruise control. They beat Denmark 8-4. Canada with a 7-6 win over Finland as well. So there we go, China still alone on top with 5 wins. It's Russia and Sweden that follow closely, but also Korea just with the 3-1 record. Canada, Japan, Scotland all at 3-2. And the rest of the teams now having to pick up their game if they want to clinch one of the top 6 spots and be in the playoffs. We have the winning skip down in the mix zone.
Many congratulations, your 4th win. You were 3-0 down at the start of the game. What did you do to get yourselves back up?
Поздравляем с большой победой. Вы выиграли уже 4-ю игру. Как вы себя ощущали и как вы вернулись после 3 в минусе в начале?
Ну, у меня немного не задалась игра в первых 2 эндах, и мы проигрывали уже 3 очка. Немного сложно было, но все девочки собрались, поддержали друг друга, наверное, и мы, можно сказать, немного усложнили игру, и у нас, в принципе, все получалось хорошо.
It was not my game from the beginning in 2 first ends, but it was tough. But we supported each other and began to play more difficult, and everyone played much better, and it worked for us.
At the last end, were you happy to go for the hit, or did you want to draw?
В последнем энде ты была счастлива то, что тебе нужно пробить, или ты хотела бить, или ты хотела вести?
Ну, я, в принципе, настраивалась с последним броском ввести, потому что мы специально открывали для себя 4 фута, чтобы привести потом в них. Но так как нам соперник подставился под легкий двойной, в принципе, это никакого труда, в общем, не возникло сделать его и выиграть игру.
I was ready to make a draw for the last shot, but as it was quite easy double, it was not a problem to do it.
Oh, many congratulations. Thank you.
Another day in the books here in Silkeborg, Denmark. And that is it for the curling today, Monday, but there's more curling tomorrow, Tuesday. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more.
Как обычно, да?
Вытянули такую душную игру.